We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
Domestic terrorism in Atlanta, interest rates rising, border policies, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. Far-left Antifa rioters in Atlanta hurled bricks and Molotov cocktails at police officers and set cars on fire over the weekend in protest of an 85-acre training complex for the city's police and fire departments. It's the latest in a series of attacks against the facility, which has been dubbed Cop City by its detractors. The planned $90 million complex has been the ire of environmentalists and anti-police activists since 2021, when the Atlanta City Council approved the complex in June of that year. The facility is primarily being funded by donations to the nonprofit Atlanta Police Foundation and will include an amphitheater, classrooms, and training areas for police to carry out simulated crime situations such as shootouts. More than 20 people from around the country face domestic terrorism charges after dozens of them in black masks attacked the police at the site of the training center. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell cautioned that interest rates are likely to head higher than central bank policymakers had expected, citing data earlier this year showing that inflation had reversed the deceleration it showed in late 2022. The central bank leader warned of tighter monetary policy ahead. The latest economic data have come in stronger than expected, which suggests that the ultimate level of the interest rates is likely to be higher than previously anticipated, Powell said in remarks prepared for two appearances this week on Capitol Hill. If the totality of the data were to indicate that faster tightening is warranted, we would be prepared to increase the pace of rate hikes. The Biden administration has realized that there were good reasons behind the Trump administration's border policies and is considering resuming detentions of migrant families who cross the border illegally. President Biden halted the policy as he sought to eliminate Trump's policies. Instead of detaining families, the Biden administration has been releasing them provisionally and keeping minimal track of them with ankle bracelets and traceable cell phones. But the number of migrants fleeing violence and financial crises in other countries has been rising, intensifying pressure on Biden to clamp down on the southern border. Officials are bracing for a potential new wave when the COVID prevention policy of sending back asylum seekers ends May 11th. The policy of detaining migrant families at the border was implemented by not just the Trump administration, but the Obama administration prior to that. California Governor Gavin Newsom tweeted on Monday that his state would not do business with Walgreens because the massive pharmacy chain has said it wouldn't distribute abortion pills in states where it is illegal. Newsom, a Democrat with an eye on the White House, said California wouldn't conduct business with any company that cowers to the extremists and puts women's lives at risk. Walgreens said it would provide the medication in any jurisdiction where it is legal. Newsom has kowtowed to woke extremists, focusing on their issues instead of fixing the massive deficit, increasing crime, rampant homelessness, and open-air drug markets that are plaguing California. Meta plans to cut thousands more jobs. As soon as this week in its second round of layoffs, Bloomberg reported late Monday, citing people familiar with the matter. Meta cut 13% of its staff, or 11,000 people, in November to increase efficiency. It was the first ever major layoffs for Meta, which owns Facebook and Instagram and is the world's biggest social media company. Meta shares rose 1.7% in pre-market trading Tuesday. The stock has gained 54% this year. The November layoffs came as a surprise, but analysts and workers braced for more cuts after CEO Mark Zuckerberg declared 2023 Meta's year of efficiency. The company is adjusting to falling advertising revenue. A Meta spokesperson declined to comment to Bloomberg. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of The Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com/podcasts, the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Audible, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.